The queens enter the workroom. Julie and Blaze are glaring at each other. Aelita comments she doesn't think she's getting a girl group challenge like she wanted. Blaze tells her she wouldn't do good in a girl group challenge anyway. The room goes quiet.
The mood in the workroom is tense today. Julie and Blaze are giving each other a death stare, and Aelita can't say anything without Blaze trying to make a jab at her.
I don't know what Blaze expects me to do. I'm not quitting because she's mad at me. It sucks because I'm trying to enjoy having a win now.
Yang asks the queens what challenge they want today. Scott says a redo of yesterday's lip sync, but this time it's a double sachet. Blake tells Scott he can dream because it's never happening. Julie says she wants to do a makeover, and Blaze says she feels bad for whoever would be paired up with her. Scott encourages Blaze to put more thought into her reads so they actually have an impact. Aelita jokes that Scott's improving at throwing shade. Blaze begins to say something before she's cut off by production announcing the mini-challenge.
Aelita is saved by the bell this time, but I'm not going to let her come for me any further.
It's a more stressful period in the competition, and everyone is dealing with it in their own way. Scott ironically has seemed to relax more. Julie is feistier and more open to taking shots at the competition. And Blaze is agitated. You can tell the pressure to be great every week is getting to her a bit. As her friend, I hope she can settle things with Julie and Aelita this week. I don't think this feud is serving anyone here, especially Blaze.
Julie and Aelita won the mini-challenge.
2 mini-challenge wins in a row. Now can I get a third win today? I'd like a third win today after last week. I got 1 win yesterday, and I'm hungry for a second. I still got ground to cover if I want to catch up to Julie and Blaze.
Hello queens. Do you know what's trendy now? My used hip pads. Performances are important, but are you capitalizing on your brand? For today's Maxi Challenge, each of you must create and make an advertisement for your own chocolate bar. The chocolate bars must reflect your personal brand, and will be judged on your charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. Good luck, my queens, and don't fuck it up.
A branding challenge. I know a thing or two about self-promotion. You can't be a successful total drama villain without it. Hence why I'm here and Duncan's a flop. If you don't believe me, just look at Heather or even Blanley's career now.
I think it goes without saying that this challenge is instrumental beyond just getting another win for the finale. An advertisement challenge, especially at this stage of the race, is about what you can do with the crown if you win it. Can you take what makes you a sickening bitch and put it into the world and make something with it? I intend to impress Blanley this week, as I don't want to end up a Marie Canker of the season.
Aelita and Julie are working at their stations. Aelita is staring down at her paper, while Julie is hard at work. Aelita asks Julie if she has settled on an idea for the challenge, or is still brainstorming. Julie tells Aelita she has a concept, but she's still fleshing it out. Julie asks Aelita how it's going for her, and Aelita tells her she's still looking for a concept. Julie wishes Aelita luck and returns to working on her advertisement.
I have an aesthetic, I have talent, and I've got some tricks. I just need a concept for the advertisement. I am the cyberpunk angel of Caddick after all, I'll make it work.
I know I want my chocolate bar to be Subterra themed, and I've already got an outline for my advertisement, but I'm stuck on a couple key things. I don't have a name for my chocolate bar, and I'm so far drawing a blank on what to hook Blanley with. I've still got a lot of work ahead of me, and I can't afford to waste any time helping Aelita and Gonta, or even fighting with Blaze.
Blaze is writing down ideas furiously. Scott is loudly brainstorming various things to himself at his station. Blaze's pencil breaks, and frustrated, she asks Scott if he can be quieter. Scott refuses, claiming it's his process, and they all have got to go all in to win today's challenge.
I know this is petty, but Scott's voice is taking up the room, and I just can't work sitting next to him. I've got a lot of ideas, and I need to jot them down to proceed in this competition.
Blaze walks over to Julie and Aelita. Blaze asks if she can do her concept work over at Julie's station since she can't focus with Scott. Julie and Aelita give each other a look, and Aelita asks why either of them should let her when Blaze still hates them. Blaze says they won't hear a word from her about their fight, she just needs a place to focus away from Scott. Aelita is quiet for a moment, then says she's fine with it, but she doesn't speak for Julie. Julie hesitates.
I really am not in the mood to have Blaze over at my station. But with how much work we have to do today, I'd rather avoid the time-wasting fight if we can. I'll put the ball in her court.
Julie says she'll agree to let Blaze stay if she'll agree to drop her grudge against her. Blaze sighs and thinks for a moment. She says she got most of it out of her system in Untucked. The two hug.
I'm not really mad at Julie as I was yesterday. I can be stubborn. I'm glad she and I are on good terms again at least. However, I wouldn't say the same about Aelita. I still don't trust her.
Blake and Yang are working on their concepts. Yang asks if Blake can check her grammar. As Blake is reading through Yang's concept, she attempts to make a suggestion, but Yang stops her, telling her they need to start doing things solo.
Yang and I came to an agreement after last night's Untucked that for the rest of the competition, we both need to focus on ourselves. I do agree with her, but admittedly, I also really want to help Yang.
I've given it some thought after what Julie said yesterday about me and Blake being a 2-for-1 deal. And while we settled it, I'm starting to wonder if that's how Blanley sees me specifically. Blake and I have done well all competition, but I'm starting to wonder if Blanley sees me as Blake's +1. I want to put some distance between us competitively, and hopefully that is how I can get my first win.
Gonta is sketching a concept of his chocolate bar. Meanwhile, Scott is repeating words to himself in different ways.
I'm just trying to find a concept. My idea is to theme my chocolate after a single word, and then build everything around that word. I was struggling to find a word, as nothing spoke to me. But as I was asking myself, what's something that says money? I realized I should theme my chocolate around money. Once I settled that, everything else started coming into place.
Scott asks Gonta what his concept is. Gonta tells him his concept is Gentleman's Gentle Queen Chocolate. It's a chocolate bar that makes you both a gentleman and a drag queen at the same time.
Gonta is happy competing to be the next cartoon drag superstar. But Gonta also want to be gentleman. Sometimes Gonta wants to combine both dreams, but Gonta is unsure how. But Gonta's chocolate bar is now how. Gonta is going to be both a gentleman and a drag queen tonight at the same time.
Even I struggle hating Gonta. Trust me, I hate Gonta, but I have to remind myself to hate Gonta most of the time. So yes, I gave Gonta advice the best way I knew how.
Scott tells Gonta he's worried his concept needs to be refined. He thinks Gonta has something, but currently there's nothing hooking him to the concept. Gonta needs to think of a catchier name, and a catchier advertisement campaign. Gonta tells Scott he learned last week from Julie and Yang he needs to trust his own concept over that of others. Scott tells Gonta it's his funeral. Gonta freaks out, asking what Scott means. Gonta isn't dying. Scott laughs and tells Gonta he has this way of knowing what to say to make someone laugh.
Gonta isn't sure what Gonta said that's funny, but Gonta knows he should trust his vision.
Julie asks Blake if it's alright she borrows this wig for the challenge. Blake agrees, saying she has a spare she can use. Julie asks Blake what her concept is for the challenge. Blake explains she's going to do a shady side hustle. It's a terrible chocolate bar, but it has Blake's face on it and that's how she intends to make money. Julie tells Blake it's a risk, to which Blake agrees.
My concept is a huge risk. I have to be funny and charismatic for it to work, but once again I'm sickening. I can make it work, I hope.
It's a big risk, and a big swing. Honestly, I'm all for big risks myself, but this is daring. Now Blake was in the bottom last week, but I wouldn't count her out. You should never underestimate Blake. In my opinion, she is my biggest competition here. So I better give it my all. I want to win this challenge.
Blaze is furiously writing down her notes. Aelita is finalizing her chocolate bar.
So here we are, we're supposed to be putting the finishing touches on our chocolate bars right now. And I look over, and I see Blaze is still working on her advertisement, and it's not like it needs more work. I'm seeing her script is just getting longer and longer.
Aelita asks Blaze if she has time to work on her chocolate bar, and Blaze tells her she's got a great idea for an ad. Aelita asks if she can see it, and Blaze tells her no. Aelita says she thought Blaze was over last week, and Blaze clarifies she only forgave Julie, she hasn't forgiven Aelita. Aelita sighs and says whatever, she still has work to do, and the two continue to work on their tasks.
Blaze is kind of a petty bitch. But at least she's not screaming at me from across the workroom anymore. That's progress. I guess.
I'm not required to like Aelita. I'm just not going to blow up about it right now. I've got work to do, and I can't afford to have anything distract me.
Blake slayed the runway.
I feel great about my advertisement. I think it's going to impress Blaney. It's important I pull through this week. I need to show I'm still competition. And with this runway, I think I've got a strong chance of winning tonight. I appear to have left Blaney and Bill speechless.
Aelita had a great runway.
I honestly am glad for this runway. I think it's very impressive. And it's great timing too, because I'm very nervous about tonight. I like my ad. I went for something more alternative. But I'm not sure if Blaney will like it. I'm praying this look keeps me out of the bottom tonight.
Scott, Julie, Yang, Gonta, and Blaze had a good runway.
I know I've pretty much been the runway queen of the season, but even I have off weeks. Fortunately, I am sure I'm going to be in the top tonight. Honestly, I don't know where I'll place tonight. I think my ad is okay, but okay is not a good thing at this point in the competition. I'm hoping some of the other queens did worse than me.
Gonta's hopeful Blaney will like Gonta's chocolate.
I'm relying on my ad tonight. I probably should have put more focus on my candy bar. I'm hoping my ad saves me.
It all comes down to our ads and concepts tonight. I have one of the better ads, at least I think so. I'm coming for the win tonight.
Please welcome to the judges panel our resident judge, from Inside Out, it's Bill Anderson. Now let's see the advertisements you made. We'll start with Scott. Here's Scott's chocolate bar. And now let's see the ad you made.
In a world of destruction, you need something more. Something inspiring. Something captivating. Money. Something rich. Something seductive. Give me money. Something powerful. Something alluring. Bitch, I said give me money. Oh, I love money. Money by Scott. It's chocolate.
Scott did good with his ad. I hate to say it because it's Scott, but he did good.
Alright, now we'll move on to Gonta. Here is Gonta's chocolate bar. And now let's watch Gonta's ad.
Hello. Gonta would like to bring you a candy that Gonta cherishes greatly. Gonta would like to show you Gentleman's Gentle Queen chocolate. You see, Gonta has a dream. Gonta dreams to become a true gentleman. Gonta also has a dream to be the next cartoon drag superstar. Sometimes Gonta's dreams conflict. That's why Gonta really likes Gentleman's Gentle Queen chocolate. Gentleman's Gentle Queen chocolate is like magic. Gentleman's Gentle Queen chocolate is the only chocolate that can make you both a gentleman and a drag queen. Gentleman's Gentle Queen chocolate tastes like strawberries dipped in chocolate. You should buy Gentleman's Gentle Queen chocolate. Gonta set the price for $5.99. Gonta hopes you try Gentleman's Gentle Queen chocolate. Gonta liked Gonta's ad.
Yeah, Gonta is going to be in the bottom tonight.
Now we will move on to Yang. This is Yang's chocolate bar. And now let's watch her ad.
People ask me how I burn up a stage with such ease. You see, I have a secret. My personal chocolate bar, Flame. For the days where all I want to do is lay in bed, one bite from Flame puts the fire back in my bones. So I always show up to a lip sync fully charged. Flame even comes in 3 unique flavors. Ignite, it's burning, and there's an ointment for that. And you can get Flame for an easy price of $1.96. I'm always ready to ignite on the stage. Are you? Feed your fire with Flame. Do you smell something?
I wouldn't say Yang's ad was bad, but it wasn't anything amazing either.
Now I'm happy. I just outdid Yang in a challenge.
Now we'll move on to Blake. Here is Blake's chocolate bar. And now let's watch her ad.
Because I'm what? That's right, sickening. Hello, are you a stone cold bitch? Or are you just a bitch? Either way, we have a product for you.
At Belladonna Labs, we use only the finest of materials.
such as canned tuna or plastic bags. Yeah. Ouch. Oh no, why did I skip lunch? Does somebody have anything I can snack on?
Don't worry, random bitch. Try Belladonna Labs' newest creation, Chocolat. It's enriching my bank account. And you can too help pad my bank account by purchasing your own chocolat. It costs only 100 easy payments of $1.
Ah, gross. What is this? This tastes horrible.
No refunds. Chocolat by Belladonna Labs. I'm not legally responsible if you die eating this.
That ad was just stupid. Blake's a fucking genius.
Now let's move on to Aelita. Here is Aelita's chocolate bar. And now let's watch Aelita's ad.
Digital key by Aelita Stones. Crack the code. Save the day. What the fuck was that?
Gonta is confused.
Now we'll move on to Julie. Here's Julie's chocolate bar. Now let's watch Julie's ad.
I can't believe that stupid video that said, "You're going to go bald and grow a mustache in 7 days," came true. What am I going to do now? I hope people don't clock my wig.
You're going to go bald and grow a mustache in 7 days.
Sorry, I had something in my throat. Did you recently watch a video that said you're going to go bald and grow a mustache in 7 days?
OMG, yes, how did you know?
If you are dealing with cursed videos that make you go bald, you need to try Subterra. Bitch.
What did you just call me?
Subterra bitch is a chocolate bar that makes you feel drop dead gorgeous all the time. Eat Subterra bitch when you drink. Eat Subterra bitch when you sleep. Eat Subterra bitch when you're exorcising demonic spirits in the middle of the night. And it can be yours for just 10 easy payments of $20. Warning. Subterra bitch may cause diarrhea, intestinal bleeding, being a boss ass bitch, going bald, blindness, death, and Anjuamon getting eliminated in All Stars 2. If you experience any of these symptoms, call Blaze cause I do not give a fuck.
So it's Subterra?
No, it's Subterra, bitch.
That was hilarious. Julie is really coming out swinging this week.
And finally, we'll move on to Blaze. Here's Blaze's chocolate bar. And now let's watch her ad.
What's it like to be both a boss-ass princess and a boss-ass drag queen? Well, now you can know, with Blaze's Princess Bar. When I'm not competing on the set of cartoon drag race Toon Madness, I'm busy handling the not-so-glamorous parts of being a real princess. Fortunately, with my Princess Bar, you can skip that and get straight to the luxury. Skip straight to the beauty. Skip straight to the relaxation. Every act wonder as princess has the risk of starting a war between my kingdom and another, but with the Princess Bar, every move you make will spark a random dance party in your honor. I use the Princess Bar all the time on the set of cartoon drag race Toon Madness. In fact, I'm using it just this week to guarantee my win to get to the next week. With the Princess Bar, you can shift the world to your needs. If you want to wear a ball gown everywhere you go, use the Princess Bar. If you want to have everyone introduce you under the title of Princess everywhere you go, use the Princess Bar.
Okay, bitch. Get to the point.
There was this one time while I was fighting Eggman Negaback in my home world. He threatened to blow up my kingdom, and everyone in it. But with the Princess Bar, he willingly told me his plan and I was able to save my kingdom. This other time, I was racing Sonic, and I used the Princess Bar and Sonic let me win. This other time I used the Princess Bar, and I received this random gift of $1 billion in the mail. Unfortunately, my identity just was stolen.
My first thought was it wasn't a great ad, but it was the worst. But then it just kept going. And going, and going. And it just became a long case of secondhand embarrassment.
Now let me showcase to you a special dance I prepared for you. Buy the Princess Bar. It's so princessy. Buy the Princess Bar. I want some money. You need a Princess Bar. I think you do. You need a Princess Bar. I do, so do you. Blaze the cat approves this message. And before we end, if you buy a princess bar you'll get an exclusive tour of my home world given exclusively by me. Blaze the Cat's princess bar, do you want to be a princess for a day? I think you should.
I'm suddenly not worried about lip syncing tonight.
I've made some decisions. Julie, Scott, Gonta Gokuhara, Blaze the Cat, Aelita Stones, and Blake Belladonna, you represent the tops and bottoms of the week.
Phew, I'm safe tonight.
Now for the judges' critiques. Scott, I think you had a good idea for an ad. You had me hooked from the beginning with the voice effects, and I thought you kept it interesting with the gag of naming your bar money. Speaking of your chocolate bar, I wish you put more detail and effort into making it look like money. I don't think you were the strongest of the night, because there are some funny queens on this stage, but I'm pleased, good job this week. Gonta Gokuhara, I'm a little confused with the concept of making a chocolate bar that makes you both a gentleman and a drag queen. I am not sure what the hook is for your concept. I feel like a hook would have made your chocolate pop. Gonta, you do have a charm to you where I can see you just talking to the audience deadpan can work for you, but unfortunately your concept just wasn't polished enough for it to work. As for your chocolate bar, I like the addition of the top hats, but I think your title is a little long to truly pop. So these are some things for you to think about. Blake Belladonna, as for your concept is that your chocolate bar is a scam based exclusively on your name. As for your chocolate bar, its brand is your face just plastered on it at the side. This was a big risk to take, and I have to say, you fucking sold me on it. You took it to 100 with advertising the use of canned tuna. And forget microplastics, we're talking macroplastics with those plastic bags. There weren't a lot of jokes, but the jokes there were my favorite of the night. You came out and showed you are that bitch. Very good job tonight. Aelita Stones, I have no idea what your ad was. I didn't hate it, but I have no idea what it was about. I don't understand what it has to do with chocolate, as far as I know you're selling keys. But I will say it did keep me captivated, and that is a good thing. Speaking of your chocolate bar, crack the code. Save the day. That is a strong slogan, but I'm not sure how digital key relates to you. I assume it's a reference your fans understand, but you need to assume not everyone has seen your previous work. Julie, I loved your ad. You're going to go bald and grow a mustache in 7 days. I'm not sure what that has to do with chocolate, but it was a funny bit. I will say it came off as more of a medicine ad than a chocolate ad, but that was hilarious. Speaking of your chocolate bar, I love the Subterra bitch bits in the ad, but I will say I wish the bar wasn't titled Subterra bitch. The bitch on the bar is censored, and you should remember we are trying to advertise products we're asking people to go out and buy and be seen eating in person. I think you could have kept the Subterra bitch bit in while just calling the bar Subterra. But this was a great week for you. Finally, Blaze the Cat. Honestly, you surprised me this week, and not in a good way. This isn't the level I've come to expect from you, in fact it's much lower than that. Honestly, the concept of your bar is confusing. It's a bar that makes you a princess but also warps reality, so it's always a party. There were so many ideas thrown in that the concept was drowned out in the process. It also kept going needlessly. Your ad was the longest of all the queens. There were many bits in there that could have been edited out. But I think the biggest issue with your ad was it wasn't really engaging, you could feel the length as it went. Now with your chocolate bar, it's my least favorite of the night. There's a lot of purples of similar hues, so everything is sort of blending together. As a result, nothing is popping out. It feels like you simplified your brand tonight, and that isn't a good thing. I've made some decisions. Blake Belladonna, congratulations, you are the winner of this week's challenge. Scott and Julie, good job this week, you're safe.
Because I'm what? That's right, sickening. I'm not a queen to be underestimated.
Damn, well she earned that. Blake truly is competition. You better work, bitch.
That means Aelita Stones, Gonta Gokuhara, and Blaze the Cat. I'm sorry my dears, but you are the bottom 3 of the night.
I've been given a lot to think about. And I'm going to take those things with me into the next week, whether I have to send Blaze home or not.
Gonta is nervous, but Gonta is ready to fight to stay.
I'm so nervous. I've worked hard to get to this point. I'm not ready to go home now.
Aelita Stones, you are safe. That means Gonta Gokuhara and Blaze the Cat. I'm sorry my dears, but you're up for elimination. Two queens stand before me. Ladies, this is your last chance to impress me and save yourselves from elimination. Good luck. And don't fuck it up. The lip-sync song is Tell It to My Heart by Taylor Dane. Gonta had a great lip-sync. Blaze had a good lip-sync. I've made my decision. Blaze the cat. Shantae, you stay. Gonta Gokuhara. Sashay, away.
Remember, be kind, be gentle, be a drag queen, and be a gentleman.